What's up, everyone? I'm Toy Insanity. This is Marvel Monday. I just saw Avengers Endgame. Just got out. Sun's going down. Just saw it literally minutes ago. So, spoiler alert. I'm going to talk about the movie. Spoiler alert. I'm going to talk all about Avengers Endgame. And particularly, I'm going to predict what Funko Pops are going to do next. Because any movie I watch, I'm basically like, that should be a toy. That character should be a toy. That should be a toy. Oh, that's definitely going to be a toy. So, I'm obsessed with toys. I can't really help it. And I thought I did. I got one of the new... I'm not obsessed with the Marvel Funko Pops. I just don't have room for them, and I don't like the bobble feature. But I did go down the line. I did go down the gold line. Black Panther's finally dropped. The gold line, unfortunately, got bigger than what you see on the checklist. And I do like the Venomized characters. And then I found this patina Stan Lee. So that's kind of cool. But I got Thanos from the new Avengers line. It's basically everybody in the quantum suit, plus a new Thanos. He's not the large, big fig size anymore. And they might have done Ronin already, because everybody knew going in that Hawkeye was going to be Ronin. So if Hawkeye's Ronin is not already out, then that's obviously the number one prediction. They're going to do Hawkeye's Ronin. I think they've already done it. But I couldn't find my Thanos, and then I went to Barnes & Noble. I literally went from the theater to Barnes & Noble because I wanted to do this video. Spoiler alert. And I was going to just get another one. They already are sold out of all the Avengers in-game Funko Pops, because I wanted to reference that checklist. None of these will have a checklist of what has already dropped for the movie, because I'm predicting the next wave. Fat Thor, definitely Fat Thor, Hipster Hulk, and Ronin, if he's not out already. I want to talk more about each of those. They're going to obviously do, spoiler alert, they're going to do the dual-wielding Thor, where he's got Mjolnir in one hand and Stormbreaker in the other hand. They're obviously going to do... Who is it? What am I about to say? Captain America holding Mjolnir. Again, spoiler alert. They're going to do Hulk with the Infinity Gauntlet. And they're definitely going to do Tony or Iron Man with the Infinity Gauntlet as well. I think they might do an Iron Man patina style. They could even do a Black Widow patina style. You let me know what you think. But I kind of wanted to talk about each of those. Hipster Hulk. Dude, that's the Hulk we've all been waiting for. Don't you want to see a Hulk with glasses? And, it's like he's all smart. People are saying, that's Professor Hulk. And some people are saying, that's Mr. Fix-It. No, that is Hipster Hulk. That dude eats quinoa salads and drinks boba tea. He's got his tight clothes. He's dabbing for the kids in their selfies. Oh, shout out to Fortnite. Fortnite's in the movie. And I already knew that. I don't care about spoilers. I knew Fortnite was going to be featured, but the person that alerted me was criticizing it. And we got to talk about the rat. They're like, dude, this is supposed to be 5 years later, 2023. You don't think there's going to be an updated Fortnite? Dude, did you forget about the snap? Okay. We just lost 3.8 billion people, all right? Fortnite stops. Fortnite stops. Pop culture stops. All right. I'll go and tell you this. When half the population dies and there's plenty of people, first of all, people know what happens, all right? There's about a day or two, you're like, oh my God, was this the rapture? Is the apocalypse coming? What's going on? But there's enough people that saw all the people disappear. You're literally holding hands with someone and then they disappear. And then, you're not going to nobody's going to make missing person signs. All right? Half the freaking people are gone in an instant. There's no, we know what people, okay, the survivors are there to tell everyone in their little workshops about, very brave, hashtag stunning and brave, hashtag diversity as our strength, when the Russo brothers went on a gay date 5 years after the snap, Oh, but goodness. Hipster Hulk. That's what we needed that fat Thor and Hipster Hulk. Good golly gee gracious. So, yeah, that's the prediction. It's not Hulk in spacesuit. It's not Hulk with a little bit of Bruce Banner face. I'm talking about Hulk with the skinny jeans and the freaking armor. What's it called? Under Armour and the glasses. They're going to make a Hipster Hulk. Fat Thor. I mean, yeah, dude's depressed. Dude's in a slump. I actually like I like the idea of New Asgard. And then he's selling Valkyrie. Oh, you get to be the king of New Asgard. Oh, thanks. I'm the king of a little. All my people are dead. Okay, a lot of Earth's people came back. You know, spoiler alert. They reversed the snap. So they come out. You're 5 years older. You weren't affected by the dispassionate Thanos snap. So you survived. Oh, you survived. You moved on. Okay. You got to rebuild society. We finally got the power turned back on so we can play circa 2018 Fortnite. All right? You've moved on. You got a new job. Like, your whole life is restructured. Your job is not what it was. You've got a new family. 5 years. I mean, dude, home dude already said he was starting to date again. Some people move on quickly. In times of crisis, people are going to move on quickly. So there you are. You know, you got your new wife. You got your 5-year-old. Tony knows what's up. And then suddenly, boom, your old wife is back. All the people that got snapped in 2018 are just back. They're just back in 2023. You just aged 5 years. And here's your old wife looking as young as she was when Thanos snapped. Back, saying, you know, what's up? We're all back. We're all back. Who's this? Who's this broad? Dude, you got a new life. You got a new job, new family. That's all I'm saying. Like, they brought everyone back. Goodness gracious. But we're here to talk about toys. You think they'll do Iron Man in the statue style? Also, do you think that's the last Stan Lee cameo? I do like. I mean, you know what this was? This was The Office. This was the MCU is a television show. That's all it is. It's an extended television show you watch at the theater. You watch on Blu-ray, Netflix, or whatever. It's a TV show, all right? This was the episode where Michael Scott leaves the office. That's all it was, all right? It was kind of 2 episodes. It was the episode Threat Level Midnight plus the one Goodbye Michael, everyone. So first of all, they revisit. That's what they did in Threat Level Midnight. They revisited old episodes because it turned out, you know, Michael Scarn had his he essentially was quantum leap. He had his time heist going on because he revisited old episodes. And they tried to say he was filming this movie throughout the years, and you got to see old minor characters pop up in that episode. So it was that throwback episode where you see, and then you have the Tearbreaker hit you in the feels episode where everyone's like, "Oh, Michael Scott's leaving." That's all it was, man. That's all it was, which is good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying it hits you in the feels. You got the movie that you wanted, and I like that there was no post-credit scene. You know, I like that there was some finality to that. Some of those characters, you know what I mean? I like what they took just about all the characters. I just think it's funny. Everybody's back. Everybody's back. Dude, it's been 5 years. We just finally, like I'm saying, we just finally get the water running, the power back on, and put out all the worldwide fires. We got governments reestablished, and we get the world turning again. And then boom, all these people re-snap back on the planet. That's a whole nother crisis. That's not about dudes popping through Doctor Strange portals, you know, fighting generic horde army. No, that's a whole nother societal problem. But whatever, it's all good. Spider-Man's back. That's what we wanted to see, right? I mean, what do we want to see? I want to see new Avengers, where Captain Marvel is leading Hawkeye's daughter, and Ant-Man's daughter, and Iron Man's daughter, and that kid from Iron Man 3. You know he's coming back as someone. I'm not saying they're turning him into a Funko Pop, but why was he in the movie? He's coming back as some Marvel character. Guaranteed. Mark my word. But I was supposed to talk about Pops. Alright, we're doing, Alright, Funko Pops. They're definitely going to make Captain America holding Mjolnir. That was a great scene. They're gonna do Fat Thor, and they're gonna do double wielding Thor. Double wielding Thor is when he's holding both weapons. Now, will they do Fat Thor specifically looking like Big Lebowski? I think they will, but you know, that's just like my opinion, man. I think they'll do disheveled Thor. You know, I want to call him depressed Thor. They're gonna do depressed Thor with the sunglasses. Honestly, though, the takeaway everyone's got is that it's Fat Thor. It's either Fat Thor, depressed Thor, anxious Thor, thick Thor. But nobody's calling him drunk Thor. Because that's also basically, that was his character arc. He turned to the bottle, you know what I'm saying? In fact, they roped him back into the time heist, or whatever, with some beer. Alright, new characters. They obviously got to, well, there's no new characters. I'm talking about new toys. We got to throw out, we got to do something with Black Widow. She got a new hair color, but she's also the second biggest sacrifice. So she can maybe get one of these. I don't know. I don't know if that's something people would buy. I think they're going to do at least one of those dual packs. And I was thinking, Nebula versus Nebula is more integral to the story, but who really wants to buy that 2-pack? Those 2-pack movie scenes. So I'm thinking they're going to do Captain, 2013 Captain versus the modern 2023 Captain. Captain versus Captain, the scene. Captain. And also, dude, let's not neglect, Loki snuck off with a timeline version of the Tesseract. But anyway, they're seeing all these different things. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's gonna be dope. They played Star-Lord off as a dummy in this one. They played him worse than Fat Thor. There's like 3 different scenes where they call him an idiot. And just think about how they just talk about him being stupid. I don't know, man. I guess that's a dynamic. It's probably going to be like a buddy cop movie. They're playing in with Star-Lord and Thor in Guardians 3. But yeah, that line where, the past Gamora has been like, she's Stockholm syndromed into the present. Oh, baby, you're going to grow to love me. Because you loved me before in this other timeline. Oh, baby, we fall in love. It took 5 years. But anyway, Nebula says it was either this or a tree. That might have been the worst line. First of all, Groot is asexual. Nebula herself is asexual, so she should recognize that. And they threw a juvenile Groot under the bus like that? Under the proverbial battle bus? But it's also worse. That line's so bad because it throws Rocket under the bus. Like, what? You couldn't have hooked up with Rocket and Drax. Are you serious? I mean, she could have at least said, well, it was either this or a tree or a raccoon or a big green guy. Dude, she threw the whole crew under the bus. I mean, that's her whole story arc anyway, though. What else? What's new? I gotta wrap this up. Dude, there was definitely something new, something hot and new. What's going on? Alright, well, that was the big 5, right? Captain America with Mjolnir, dual-wielding Thor, Fat Thor, Hipster Hulk. Do we get a new Ant-Man? Do we get a new Oh, we got to talk about the rat. Do we get a Funko Pop rat? This is the most confusing. It might be the only actually confused. Let's just say ambiguous. This might be the most ambiguous scene in the movie. Is that stupid rat? Because that's the meme. The meme of the day is that none of Endgame would have been possible without this rat accidentally freeing Scott Lang from the quantum realm. And I look at that scene and I'm like, is that really what happened? I don't want to think that that's what happened, but it is pretty ambiguous. I would rather them have clarified this scene. Yeah, show a rat crawling across the hood of the car, to show, time has passed, and Lewis just put this thing in a. Also, someone's got to call that number. There's a number on that storage facility. Someone should call that number, and they might clarify. I don't know. That number's got to lead somewhere. Somebody should be calling that number if they haven't already. But, the rat definitely walks across the device. I wanted to think the rat was incidental to his return. Like, he figured it out down there. Just like, Hope's mom, Janet, figured out all the stuff in the quantum realm. I want to think that Scott is a smart guy, and he finally figured out how to get back. And it wasn't a rat accidentally pushing a button. But the scene is kind of, it doesn't make it clear one way or the other. The rat is definitely on the device. And they do nothing in subsequent scenes to explain, like, no, I figured it out. It took me a while to figure it out, and this is how I figured it out. I want to lean that direction because they returned to this technology over and over, to get the stones. Anyway, I want to think that Scott figured it out and it wasn't some random action of a rat. Because if that is the case, if that was intentional, oh my gosh, the whole silly movie depends on that stupid. Is that the 1 in 14 million chance Strange was talking about? Oh, this is a rat, a random rat releasing that dude that he didn't even know about? Oh, but of course he might have knew about it, just like the Ancient One knew about, 5 years earlier, she knew about Strange and she knew about Banner. Whatever, man. Also, I didn't really like this Pym particle thing because you got Tony Stark and Bruce Banner and everyone else, and no one said, "Hey, let's." And they're like trying to hammer home this plot device of like, "Oh, we only got so many Pym particles. Oh, we got to make it work." Dude, I immediately was like, "Go back and go do the thing first. Do the time heist to get some Pym particles." But we had to put some time constraints on it, just like this video. Already too long. Very great movie, very exciting. I got whooping cough, and I gotta get out of here. But you can look forward to those Funko Pops I named. There was one more. I was trying to think. There was definitely one more I had in mind. Oh, got it. I remembered it. Rescue. They're definitely gonna do a Funko Pop of Pepper Potts in an Iron Man suit. Boom, there's my top 5 Funko Pops coming soon, guaranteed, because of Avengers Endgame. Incredible movie. 9 out of 10. Love you. Goodbye.